Week 16 of the NFL season, and as promised and as expected, conspiracy theories abound everywhere this weekend. Some of the most exciting games that we've seen in NFL in years. I can't remember a year that has looked the way that the NFL does this year. No game seems to be out of reach. The games that we expect a certain outcome, it goes the opposite. It's just been a wild, crazy ride. Let's jump into this and break down a couple of things that we saw this weekend. If you watch the Bears overcome a 10-point deficit in 2 minutes, including an onside kick last night, you thought you had seen everything after the Thursday night game where the Seattle Seahawks scored three touchdowns and three two-point conversions in the fourth quarter and overtime and over to overcome a deficit and win a game there by a point. Wait till Sunday. Today's action saw even more crazy, wild things. You saw the Buffalo Bills be a double digit, favorite over the Cleveland Browns, only win by three. You saw the Las Vegas Raiders, who can't beat anybody or play a good game, have the Houston Texans in Houston only lose by three. Another double digit underdog. Then you watch the end of the Detroit Green Bay game, and I'm sorry, Detroit Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers has me confused. Detroit Pittsburgh, end of the game. There's a touchdown with 22 seconds left, and then an offensive pass interference call comes out. They show the replay once. Didn't look like offensive pass interference to me. Maybe if they had shown the replay again from a different angle, I'd agree with the referee, but they didn't show that angle. They didn't show another replay, which leads to those conspiracy theories of that wasn't really offensive pass interference. Why are we throwing the flag? 20 some seconds later, there is a clear offensive pass interference, and the refs take minutes to be able to sort out what happened on the play and that the game's over. There was not a touchdown scored because the play should have been blown dead as momentum was stopped after he catches the ball in the field of play and not in the end zone. Game should have been over. What were they doing talking that long? What took that long to decide? Typically, I'm on the side of the referees don't control games. They don't change the outcomes of games, and that these things aren't made up. There's no conspiracy. But you got to wonder a couple of times when you watch some of these games if there's a little bit of influence going on as to which direction the NFL wants these games to go. Now, I don't believe that all of these games are scripted. Could there be a level of influence happening, though, with the referees? Yes, there could. Now, let's hope not, because man, the integrity of these games and the anybody can win in any given Sunday, that's what keeps us tuning in week after week. So we don't want to know that our beloved NFL has become the WWE, or maybe we don't care. We continue to tune in week after week. We continue to consume the content. I'm sitting there glued to it the whole time, never budged. You know why? Because it's must-see TV. We are getting accustomed to every Thursday night, every Sunday night, every Saturday night, there's an NFL game on. We're going down to the wire. The game is going to be decided in the fourth quarter. It's going to be a back and forth. I used to be a general manager of indoor football teams, and people used to tell me, why? Everybody likes defense. We don't want to just see this back and forth in the game coming down to the last possession of the game. We like to see real football. Have you watched the NFL recently? Because the NFL recently comes down to who makes the last stop in the fourth quarter or who scores the touchdown in the fourth quarter to win the game. No lead is safe. These guys are scoring 14, 20 points in the last 3, 4, 5 minutes of a game and overtime that we never used to see happen on the consistent basis that it's happening now. Seems to be league wide. But again, excitement everywhere. Buffalo still has a chance down the stretch now, as it now looks like the Baltimore Ravens have been eliminated after losing a crazy wild finish in New England, where we watched a wide receiver basically get tackled directly in front of a referee with no penalty flag. Luckily for the Patriots, they still ended up scoring on that possession. They win the ball game. But why was there no penalty flag? Not even thrown. It was almost a miraculous catch, but ball gets knocked away while he's being tackled. Patriots still go on to win the game. Ravens are out. No Lamar Jackson, no Patrick Mahomes in the AFC. You now have Josh Allen facing a field that should be in his favor. He's got the experience. He's the elder statesman now. He should have a clear path to the Super Bowl. But there's still 2 weeks left in the regular season for us to know what the seeds are going to be. And then even after that, Josh is going to have to go on the road. He's going to have to go on the road for 3 straight weeks if the Patriots continue to play the way that they are playing, which next weekend, Patriots win at the Jets, and it's their division. Buffalo goes in as a wild card and has to play on the road for 3 weeks. Who'd have thought that at the beginning of the season? No Joe Burrow, no Patrick Mahomes, no Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen has to go on the road 3 straight weeks as a wild card team from the AFC East. Wild, wild, crazy finishes. You look at the Chiefs and what they're going to have to face this offseason. If you watched any of that game today, I should apologize to you because it was painful to watch, unless you're a Titans fan. Or maybe if you're a really big Chiefs hater, you appreciated it. But that game really exposed a lot of what's going to have to be fixed this offseason with the Chiefs. They don't have a lot of depth on that team. And a lot of those guys are free agents at the end of the season are going to have their contracts reworked for them to come back. Chiefs are way over the salary cap, so they're going to have to redo Mahomes' contract. They're going to have to redo Chris Jones's contract in order to bring a lot of these guys back. And quite honestly, do you want to bring them all back? I think you're going to have a lot of changes in Chiefs Kingdom coming next season. Mahomes will be back. He'll be back better than ever. I have no doubt that he's going to return back to form and be healthy and do Patrick Mahomes type activities on the field and Superman heroics. But what about the rest of the team? What about that defense? There's a lot of holes on that defense. The receiving core, all of a sudden, a receiving core that at the start of the season, we were saying maybe the best that he's had, let him down. They really weren't very good this year. So we're going to have to see what happens there. If you guys are like me, this is fun. We still have 2 weeks left in the season before we hit the playoffs. And then we got 3 weeks of playoffs before we get to the Super Bowl. We're really just getting going, guys. This is the type of thing that when you watch the games, you're on the edge of your seat. You don't want to turn away. You're glued to what results are going to happen and how they fall out and what the impact is. Tomorrow night, we got Monday Night Football. I'm expecting it to be another barn burner. It'll be a fourth quarter story yet again. Philip Rivers, great storyline. 49ers, the off injured 49ers in position to be back in the playoffs this year and making noise and making a run. Great storylines. We'll all be tuned in. We want to see what happens. We want to see how this plays out. You guys, if you like the videos, if you like the content, make sure you like and subscribe. Show us a little bit of love so that we can continue to bring this content to you. Tell a friend, tell two. Tell them come check out Playbook Expert because we're going to continue to bring you these insights and break the games down the way that is seen from the eyes of someone that's sat in the locker room before, who's been in that executive seat and made decisions on players, made personnel decisions, made decisions about coaches. See how I view it. See what I'm thinking about it. See if you agree with me. It's okay if you don't. In fact, it makes for a little bit of a better atmosphere when you challenge the ideas. Maybe I'll be able to help you understand where some of these decisions come from. I didn't say you'll like them, but maybe I can help you understand them. Real quick, shout out to the bird section and Leo Bridgewater. Got a chance to go stream with those guys today during the games and had great commentary. The fans there were incredible. Looking forward to going back on that live stream later on, probably during the playoffs. But who knows? With the storylines that we have every week, I might have to go on there next week again, and then the week after that, and the week after that. Feel free to invite me anytime you want, Mr. Bridgewater. I enjoyed it. NFL, the action is fantastic. It's must-see TV. Check it out tomorrow night. I expect the 49ers to win a close one coming down to the wire. Colts will be eliminated. So next week, we'll just be talking about seeding, who's playing where, how the playoffs could transpire, and then see what goes on from there. Hopefully, your team is still alive. If not, find a way to enjoy this because this is one of those seasons that's going to go down in the record books as one of the most exciting seasons with a whole bunch of firsts. Caleb Williams is in the playoff, guys. Think about that. Chicago Bears, Caleb Williams. Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs are sitting at home watching Caleb Williams, Drake May play in the playoffs. Gotta love it. I'll see you guys next time. I'll have another short update after the game tomorrow night just to tell you what I saw, if there was something great, something interesting. And hey, it will then be the end of week 16 in the NFL, the greatest league in sport there is, bar none. You heard it here. Reggie Harris, playbook expert. Like, subscribe, tell a friend or two.